Hi guys, welcome back to Chemical Exchange. Now, I don't know if I'm going to post the previous runs of this up, so that's why I'm saying welcome back, just to be on the safe side. This is run 11. I know I said that run 10 would be my last, again, if that was posted up, but here we are. Let's just jump straight into it. So, start here. Welcome to Chemical Exchange, a skyblock experience featuring our chemistry and Project E. We get a stone pick, we get the ability to buy carbon, we get some coins with which to buy carbon. He wants to buy 16, we buy 17. Always buy 17. We get a chemical combiner, more cash, and some simple Stirling generator. Now it wants us to turn our carbon into some coal, or charcoal. So we've made some charcoal, it unlocks the next quest, which is a dissolver. We chuck one charcoal in to fuel everything. That breaks this shit down. We put two of these in, one of these in, we get a bunch of saplings. We now need to make 16 of that shit we just used. Which we make by breaking down a log. Each log we break down gives us one cellulose. Each cellulose is kind of useless, but works as good building blocks for everything else we're going to need. So we just need to get to the 16 as fast as we can. I'm not saving any resources, I'm just rushing for it. The only thing we save is saplings, just to make sure we've got another tree to plant. So we want to have 2 saplings at any given time. Anything past that can go away. These fires can go away because they can burn resources. Things I've learnt through my many playthroughs. Biggest lesson I've learnt, though, is don't fuck with Endermen. Endermen will wreck your fucking life. Wrong one. We're at 9 now. Normally I would say save apples, but the glucose and sucrose we can get for them can both be used to make glucose. Not glucose. The cellulose and sucrose can be used for cellulose. So we can break glucose down, sucrose down, to make glucose. We can break it down to carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, rearrange the molecules, and then use them to make the one we actually want. That's what I'm trying to get at here. Speaking of apples, this is what I'm talking about. So sucrose gives us this combination. We can then combine it to make 3 more cellulose. Actually, that's us done. That gives us the 16 we needed. Unlocks a few things. Unlocks this. We now have the ability to buy iron in the shop, as well as polluted ground. Why am I low on money? I should have enough money to buy the polluted earth. Oh, we'll chuck this up here. Iron goes straight in. I did not mean to do that. What I meant to do was that. Maybe 2 more. We'll then break down the 17 of these into the shit that we can use. We'll just chuck everything we've got in. Chuck 2 of these into here so we have 2 more. Refill it. Chuck this in. Grab whatever iron we can. Not enough. Right. We need iron. We need silicon. So we'll take all the silicon we can get. We need 5 grand for the silicon, but we also need 500 for the polluted earth. So okay though, it will refund us everything we just spent. You keep it up? Yeah, neither am I. We'll take a stack of this over to this side. Needs to be in this corner. We now make... Oops, roll on. 16 torches, which gives us another 500. Next up, we're going to break down some more logs into glucose, cellulose, whatever it is. We're going to break that cellulose down into its atomic stuff. We're going to keep the oxygen this time. Actually, we might just ditch the carbon. Not the carbon, the hydrogen. I saw other fruit drop. What happened to my other fruit? Oh. Chuck that in. Chuck these in. Ditch the hydrogen. Grab out some silicon. I really need to swap these back over. Sorry about that noise. I forgot to turn that off. Right, so we have some cobble now. Also going to break down the rest of these into cellulose. Take that. Make more of this. Make more cobblestone. Right. Next up, we need to go to our crafting table. Craft furnace. Check down the furnace. Take the quests. Grab the money. Actually, more 6. Give me an axe and a sword. Break down logs. Keep 2. Oh. Go. Make a chest. Go to here. Chuck in the oxygen, chuck in the silicon. That was dumb of me. Actually, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Chuck this into here. Grab stone. That is perfect. We needed 6. Right. Chuck a chest into this spot. Chuck excess crap into here. We don't need it right now. Grab oxygen. Oxygen goes here. Silicon goes here. Out of energy. Grab charcoal. Use charcoal. Right. Take these. Convert carbon into charcoal. Another 2 charcoal in. All elements can get chucked back in. Why is my house so loud today? And a full stack. So next. That's something else, mate. Right. So we're going to go off of this side. Right. Go off that side that far. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8. Going for a slightly different design this time. 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. Too far over. Right. Now we chuck one of these up here. And we just need some trapdoors. Also going to chuck down some torches. I don't want mobs spawning out here. Right, so we'll chuck in 2 of these. Make some trapdoors. Cool. Right. It's low enough for me to fit through, but not low enough for any mobs to do so. Right, cool. So, the enemies will start spawning momentarily. While we wait, we'll chop down some more wood. Right, and if you look at the map in the top right, a mob has just spawned in. I don't know what it is, but I can definitely see a creeper. Right. We need to be very careful fighting Endermen. Because one wrong move and we are dead. Same with enemies that are armed, like this zombie with a sword for some reason. So, attempt to break down some grave dust. Can't promise it'll work. We'll open up the loot crate, get a storage upgrade. That goes there. Get 2 new elements, and we now have 6 iron. So we need a total of 80 iron. 80 elemental iron, I'm going to call it. We're going to put this book away. Mostly because I still have no clue what the hell it does. We're going to eat an apple, so we heal up a little bit. And we're not going to break down any more mob drops until we have at least 4 of said mob drops. The only time where it's acceptable to fight an Enderman is when you're at full health. 2 hits from an Enderman when you're unarmored, and you're dead. And mob heads are a great source of resources, elementally at the very least. With the exception, apparently, of Endermen. Which can't be broken down for some ungodly reason. Usually they're broken down for calciums and rhodiums and things of that nature. Apparently not Endermen. That is the best way to get Endermen to run at you, by the way. Look them in the face, hack through it all. They can't get you on the low cover, but they'll still come at you. Another pair of creepers. Fuck off. Right, so that gives us the quest completed for the 4 gunpowder and an extra 500 bucks. And that puts us halfway to the next element. Break down the gunpowder. Potassium nitrate. We're also going to quickly break down all of this oak wood to cellulose. Chuck all of this back in here. And then stow all of it. And that's what I'm talking about. Endermen will rush you without second notice. The moment you accidentally nick them, you may as well die. We have not quite enough for what we want. Chuck that into there. We don't have enough zombie flesh, we don't have enough bones. So if we can get 3... Crap. That's not too bad for now. We'll cook the rotten flesh. And we'll just keep on pushing that way until we get the resources we need. So many endermen that are about to be very angry with me. I should not have left that trapdoor open. That skeleton could have just killed me. Right. We break down the gunpowder because we've got enough of it. Break down the ender pearl. Take out the iron. Oops. That's on me. He'll take out another, take what's left out of there, chuck it in here. So we'll start with the bucket, which we're going to just grab. This. And we'll put this in here. Then we just got to chop down this tree while there's an enderman flying around. And hopefully not look him in the eyes. But of course he's here. So after we have our nice little perimeter set up, we can then drop a bucket of water. Torch is worth it. Just absolutely torturing an Enderman. Nothing better. We're going to just quickly make a iron sword. So we have a sword. There you are. Close that. Track the hornet nest. There we go. So we're also going to just set up a little thing. For an infinite water supply. Alright. Break down an ender pearl. Break down the gunpowder. Potassium nitrate. Got the rotten flesh. Got the water bucket. Not bothering with the fish just yet. More rotten flesh. Break down rotten flesh. Break down protein strands. A speedy hopper. Pull out whatever iron we can. Another 3. Not bad, that's enough for a hopper. Bait him in, he'll just keep on running at me. Oh. No big loss, really. So our arrows. We break down. Ooh, cool. We break down the ender pearl again. An extra 2k. Going for one more. Right, grab the gunpowder. So we'll stow up until we hit 8 of it. That's no, those are arrows. About to say that's the skeleton that ends it, but apparently not. Do not need storage unit upgrades, not yet. Right, we will continue collecting up wood. This way we can see if there's any mobs that come along as well. Skeleton. Just more arrows. Now, what we need to end up doing is making fans. So we can really fuck some shit up. Make a proper mob farm. All we need is one more bone. Ooh, big tree. Go. We'll take 2 of these. Come up. Knock out these 2 logs. Where's my last one? Here you are. Cool. It's now night time. We need to collect up all this loot. Even if it is just plants and wood, it's still loot, and it's still valuable. Come on, drop me a bone, Skelly. What I was after. Alright. Now, when we get the spikes, which we shouldn't be too far off of now, ish. Once we get the spikes, cool, we can use them. Well, we can use one of the items we get from them to increase the rate that we're going at considerably. We'll no longer have to worry about Endermen bouncing. No. Right, we break it down into dyes. We're also going to just combine a red and a yellow to make some orange. Start breaking these down into their component parts. And that finishes that off. Right. Still need to get calcium, still need to get strontium. We can buy strontium now. That's the only way to acquire strontium to start off with. Got enough strontium to finish that quest. Right. So we're also going to need to get phosphorus. So I'm not entirely sure if I've had phosphorus yet. Or if this is going to be a wholly new thing for this run. All I know is I haven't had calcium. No bone strength. Especially not for that fucker. Right. Going to break down the bones. Going to chuck 1 piece of bone meal into here. Then we break this down. We grab out a piece of charcoal. Chuck it into there. Grab that out. Grab a lot of that out. Right, there's phosphorus as well. Which is... Oh, I've only just put in for the first time. Right, phosphorus. Go. Finish both of these now. We're at 1500. Not bad. So what we're going to do is we need Strontium Carbonate, which is O3C1. So that's what we start with over this side. Carbon on one side, oxygen next to it gives us carbonate. Strontium carbonate, and then we need lead oxide. So not lead oxide, iron oxide. Or simply put, rust. Which is lead oxide, then lead oxide and strontium gives us redstone. Which I wish there was a way to automate that shit. Redstone equals life. Fair enough. I'm gonna break this back down. Take it back out. Give it all back. We're gonna need iron. Lots of it. More of it. Don't have enough. Right, so rotten flesh is actually better for us for points than an apple is, so we will keep the apples, break down the rotten flesh. Alright, that gives us 20, that's enough for one more. We need 2. Of course we do. The more of these assholes we kill, the closer we get to getting some kind of resources. Come on, Indy. Almost. There you go. Damn it. Especially with its arrow sticking through like that, you'd think it'd just kill me. Right, we'll break the bone down. We'll take a stack of carbon out. Make a bunch of charcoal. Put a full stack of charcoal in. Put the bone meal in. We've also got a good chunk of loot crates waiting to be opened. We're also going to just crack those right now. Domino special, some money is money. Not bad. Can I break down this? Ooh. Okay, we're not going to break down that. Alright, now we'll also break down this. To protein. Protein then breaks down into these. And we then just load all of this up and give us some iron out of it. Perfect. Right. So, just to wrap this shit up, we need to make... We actually have 2 more than I was expecting. So what we need to do is we need to get 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Make 3 swords. Make an iron block. Put in 1, 2, and 3 of these. We get this, and that gives us the iron spikes quest completed. Now, if we just chuck this over to here, so that's a terrible placement for it. I'm going to put it right here, right in the middle. These guys can no longer teleport. Now, just to finish up, we're going to break down all of this shit. Break down all of our trees. Break down the rotten flesh and the protein. And load up. Last quest for today is the liquefier. Need 6 pieces of iron. And we have nowhere near enough stuff for that. Silly Enderman. You don't get to survive. However, you definitely shouldn't be able to touch me. We'll eat the domino special. Just so I can completely heal up. And partly because I want to know what it tastes like. You know? Right. Shit is all broken down. We need 48 pieces of elemental iron. More than enough. Now that 7 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, I forgot to grab these out. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6 with 3. Gives us a liquefier, which when we wrap up, fluid tank. we chuck the fluid tank to here, the liquefier to here, and we grab out a full stack of phosphorus. As much of a stack as we can. We chuck it into there. And that gives us lava. Now we have basically finished up almost everything we did in the other runs. Money, money. How much money we got now? Getting close. Put the bucket out. Don't have the power right now. Yeah, we'll grab the charcoal out of here and chuck it into here. And we'll break down gunpowder, potassium nitrate. We have enough for one more piece of iron, which is not enough. Everything else we need is 2. Right, and we now have ourselves a bucket of lava. We're going to work on getting hoppers. So we'll just see. We currently don't have enough to get any iron. Alright, so we'll start breaking down everything that we've picked up. Including the charcoal chunks. Because we want everything down. Ooh, zirconium. I don't think we have zirconium yet. We want to have everything able to be used to give us more iron. What is zirconium? Yes, zirconium is a new most expensive element. Right, so we'll pull out all the iron we've got. 44 still isn't enough. We need 5 ingots. We need 16 of these to make 1. So we need a full stack for now. It'd also be great if I could just pull the loot towards me. I'm not entirely sure how I would go about that, but it'd be great if I could. Alright, we'll dissolve down the gunpowder and the rotten flesh. That should give me enough just to give us all the iron. Not quite. 16 to go. Alright. In the meantime, we'll use all of this iron we've just picked up. Make sure that door is closed. Gotta make sure not to hit this enderman. If we hit the enderman, we are going to die. We don't have any armor. We are not at full health. We are not in a good position to be fighting endermen. Chuck that in there. Grab out some water. Stand under here and see if we can't flood them. And thankfully they don't consider that to be a hostile act somehow. We'll break down the dandelions and the poppies. Find 2 of them together real quick to give us an orange, and then break all these down into their elemental components. Then all of this will more than likely give us enough for a full stack of iron. Now if we just combine it in, we can make an ingot. We've now just got to grow out this. Because we need a chest. This gave us an oversized tray. Nice. And we now have some food. Especially the plump foods. I don't think we can break them down. Oh, we can. They act the same as apples do. That's nifty. We will, however, eat the apple because I don't like having anything but full health at this point. Alright. So, we got up to here. We need to make a cobblestone generator soon. We can now make ourselves a hopper. And I know we have that speedy hopper sitting there, but that's not quite going to be good enough now. Well, after now, I should say. Oh, crap. Creeper on the roof. We'll just pick this up. Knock out here and put in a chest. And knock out here and put in the hopper. Check around ourselves. Also knock this one out real quick. We're going to get out of here so that we can not die. Finish off this quest. Right. So if we flood the place, mobs don't spawn. Right. So we can now grab the speedy hopper and the normal hopper. And there we go. That's all fixed up. We can grab that bucket of water now, and so we'll chuck the spikes back in place first. But we'll put the spikes here, and probably still there. Grab that bucket of water. We can get out. There we go. And now we have no flooding. Also just going to knock that out so that we don't have to worry about baby zombies getting us. Because baby zombies suck. What the hell? No! How the fuck did it get out? I don't like this mod pack.